Welcome back to Joy News Interactive. Now, Jennifer Jane Asante is here and she has all the filler. What's up?
Hi, Aisha. You're the one who has all the filler. You've done an extensive interview on the topic
it's
of the
actually
strike.
sad because the doctors are not going back. They say they are continuing the strike, and it's so sad because, you know, it's not everyone who can afford to go to a private hospital, and it means that a lot of lives are on the table.
But government has given a list of hospitals that are still active.
Yeah, sure. We're hoping that will help, but still, we will still feel the impact, you know that.
I think that's the whole point of the strike, for us to feel the impact.
Maybe we should also go on demonstration and tell the doctors, Charlie, come back to work.
Media or
all of us.
Okay, right. I will leave Aisha in dreamland and talk to you about what's happening on Joy News Interactive today. The strike is still on, as you just heard. How do you feel about that?
Doctors should remain one day, one time, but the two will be resolved at least. It goes on.
Let's make you a DJ for the day. What kind of music would you play? Would it be local or foreign?
They come and sing blah 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 blah. What do you understand in it? You don't hear anything.
It's an interesting show up ahead. Of course it is. This is Joy News Interactive. Welcome back. My name is Jennifer Jane Asante. The show is big on you, so we expect you to be part of the discussion, and this is how. Connect with us via Facebook. It's facebook.com/Joy News on TV. Or on Twitter, also with the same name, Joy News on TV. You can also use the hashtag JNInteractiveGH. Our WhatsApp number is 0560-800,000. That's 0560-8000 and another 00. So let's take our daily strike update. It's becoming quite a bit much, isn't it? But members of the Ghana Medical Association have voted at a crucial General Assembly meeting to remain on strike for 2 more weeks. They have, however, agreed not to resign en masse as threatened by their leadership 2 weeks ago over an absence of documented conditions of service. So how do you feel knowing that you still can't go to a public hospital when you're unwell?
Now, if you can see, there are so many patients, which are crying, of help. So, for me, it's good for them to, stay.
For me, I do agree that they go and do some sit-down strike. Yes, when they get there and there's an emergency case, at least those with sympathy, they can just do something about it. They can have sympathy for the one who is the sick person.
Really, I would rather wish that they resign en masse. Then government can also call the shot and say that, okay, now this is your condition of service. Are you willing to come on board? Because at the end of the day, the vulnerable, the poor, are already suffering. They will suffer the blunt. So if you resign en masse, I would want to encourage government to dare them to resign en masse, and then they can also put their cards on the table and say that, okay, this is what we are offering you. Because at the end of the day, they have something already.
I won't say it's a useless. Sometimes you need a wake-up call to the government so that at least at the end of the day, it knows that if people are serious, if people are suffering. I won't call it as a useless. But to the extent that you still want your post, and yet you still you still pursue on strike again, to me, I don't think it's right.
Well, it's time to see what you have to say about it on social media. I'll start off with this one comment on WhatsApp and move to Facebook. It says, I thought the so-called doctors were brave. Is it because of government's withdrawal of their salaries for August that made the Deputy Secretary of the GMA say they will decide the next line of action? I thought the mass resignation was decided and concluded ages ago, and it's coming from watery eyes. Let's head to Facebook, see what you have to say there. So we put up the story and Duncan starts us off. He says, you see why Ghana is still where we are? Where in this world do you negotiate when you're on strike. Government, don't pay these people. Masayabre, fire bend them all. Osman says, why vote to remain on strike but not for mass resignation? Be brave and go on mass resignation. Diana says, shame on you doctors. Mother Ghana first though. Okay. Emmanuel, these doctors are fieros. I thought they were resigning. Why continue the strike? They should resign now. Ike says, hey, please doctors, don't look at the president for he's a dead goods, but rather look after the ordinary Ghanaian, please, we beg. Prince says, I thought they were resigning. Why still on strike? Whereas Philip is begging the doctors to come back to the hospitals. Idrisu says, haha, if you're weak and pretend to be strong, you'll be shifting the goalposts like the doctors from resigning on block to extension of strike. We won't take their words seriously. So I will come back to what's up. And Sami from Akosombo says, the blood of innocent people will be on them, on the government's head if they don't resolve it, and shame to the government. More advice coming to the government. This time it's Rexford in Ho. He says the government must try and go into good negotiations with the doctors so that lives can be saved. Nobody knows who will be on the death list. That's an interesting one there. And GMA's demands, especially the number of gallons of fuel in a month, is very irritating. But let me ask, did they want to put up filling stations? And it's from Mombila in the Volta region. This message reads, hey, another 2 weeks. What is Mahama and his team doing about these unprecedented strikes? I think Mahama himself should go on strike, since strike is the order of the day. Ghanaians must wise up. And it's from Obed in Kintampo. He says he's missed me, wondering where I went. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll take one more and we continue talking about the doctors and their strike. Says the doctors have realized their mistake by not heeding to appeals from various groups, hence an extension of the strike. Please resign. This is coming from Junior, who happens to be in Tamale. So that's how you feel about it, but how does government feel about the doctor's decision? Well, the Minister of Health, Alex Sigmifia, issued this statement almost as soon as the GMA made their announcement. So we have that. Going through it says you can seek healthcare in these hospitals as well. And it's got a list of the hospitals and their location. There's the University of Ghana Hospital, that's at Legon, Atomic Energy Commission, Airport Clinic, 37 Military Hospital, Police Hospital, and VRA Hospitals. The VRA hospitals are in Osu, Akosombo, and Abuadze. There's the Bank of Ghana Clinic in Ridge. GBC Clinic is at Kanda. There's SIC Clinics, the Ghana Post Clinic, Cocoa Clinic, Ghana Commercial Bank Clinic. The Cocoa Clinics, it's Kaneshi, Kumase, and Debiso. All right. There's also Graphic Clinic and the University of Ghana Medical School Clinic, which is at Kolebu as well. Then there's the Kwame Nkrumah University Hospital. There's Cape Coast Hospital, the University of Development Studies Clinic, Tamale, the University of Development Studies Clinic in Wa, Anglo Gold Ashanti Hospital, Gapoha Hospital, that's Tema, and the one in Takrade as well. There's also Valco Hospital, the Ghana Bauxite Hospital, Buidam Clinic, Ghana Consolidated Diamond Clinic, and the SNIT hospitals in Osu, Adenta, Medina, Tema, and Dansuman. Well, that was pretty quick. Was government expecting this result? I wonder though. Did all the doctors in Ghana agree to this? Well, at the meeting in Accra, 213 doctors voted for the status quo, whilst 148 voted to resume duty. That is by a margin of 65 votes. The doctors voted to continue the strike that is set to enter its third week. Well, from disaster to disaster. Let's talk about the Bagri Dam spillage. Farmers in Upper East who have their farms around the White Volta Basin have continued to stay away from their farms as Burkinabe authorities continue to spill water from the Bagri Dam. A heavy downpour in the Upper East region seems to have worsened the situation. Now, more farms around the White Volta Basin have been submerged as NADMO continues to sensitize people to stay away from their farms. Well, there you can see the situation. That's somebody's farm and it's underwater. I just hope the people are obeying NADMO, staying away from their farms so they don't get swept away by the water. You know, this happens every single year. Why we haven't done something about it, I really don't know. But I have a couple of comments on WhatsApp. I'll just read that and then we'll take a quick break. It says, why don't they listen to what the people of NADMO are saying? Anyway, land issues are hard to crack. There's hashtag I won't leave my land and hashtag it belongs to my grandparent. But he's laughing as he says that. People want compensation to be paid to the farmers. And one last one coming from Junior and Tamale. Okay, that one was about the doctors. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk about something a little more pleasant. I don't know, like music maybe? Just before we took off, we were talking about the Bagri Dam spillage. Let's see what you have to say about that. So we told you that NADMO continues to sensitize people to stay away from their farms. We showed you what it looked like out there. There's actually a canoe sitting on somebody's farm. But Nantagma says, why can't farmers stay away from such farmlands instead of losing our sweat to the water? Christian Mensa says, why can't they obey the order? Land issues are not at all easy. Patrick says Burkina Faso should be made to compensate the farmers. This is Duncan saying, oh, my people, oh, but why can't government contract a dam on that river? Construct a dam on that river, I believe. I remember JM said so. So what happened to that? Emmanuel is saying, maybe you know not that Ghanaians hate to see NYC things, nice things, okay. They want to see the river dry up before they realize what they're doing. Abdul says that is Ghanaian philosophy, unless they are forced to vacate the place. And Fatal Salah says Ghana should have taken precautions long ago when other countries were experiencing flood. By now, farmlands should be using the flood water. If the people are running away from floods, when will they fight it? Now, without music, life would be a mistake. One good thing about music is, when it hits you, you feel no pain. People haven't always been there for me, but music always has. These are all quotes by some wise people about music. Well, in the rapid developing music space, a lot more Ghanaian musicians are sounding like their Nigerian counterparts. Quite apart from that, tune into any radio station you want and 80% of the music that you would hear is coming from Nigeria. So, how about we make you a DJ for the day? Would you like to hear more Ghanaian music on air? We asked that question on the street and this is what people had to say.
We are Ghanaian. So if I hear that they are playing Ghanaian music, I feel happy than the foreign one. Because it's not most of us who can hear the English. But if they are singing it in our local dialect, people hear it. So me, I prefer that they will sing more Ghanaian music than the foreign one.
It's long overdue for us to kind of like patronize Ghanaian music. I don't know why, but I've traveled a lot outside and things. And when you go, especially when you go to Nigeria, Nigeria always play their music. They don't even have time for Ghanaian music. You understand me? So it's, I mean, I think it's up to time for us to patronize Ghanaian music. At least, if about almost, not at all, about 99% is aired. Every station should air, I mean, Ghanaian music. I think it will help us a lot.
As a professional musician, I think our music has to be aired day in, day out, rather than that of the foreign one. Because, you know, we have our culture. So if you're a musician here, you are composing or you are arranging as a Ghanaian or African composer, you know what to do when it comes to African culture and those things. But if you take the Western music, for instance, for them anything goes. There are certain things they will put up on stage. We here in Africa will not do that.
We should look upon our culture, you know, rate now, because we are now more listening to the foreign song more than you know, our traditional song. But I hope it will be better for us to listen to our Ghanaian this music.
Well, that's what the man on the street said. But what about you? What do you listen to on radio, and which would you rather have most of the time? Local or foreign? So we asked on Facebook. And Kingsley says, yes, I'm interested in Ghanaian music than the foreign ones, even on multi. Anna says, I still love Bobobo, Agbaja, and other local music at some stations in the Volta region. Good on them. Kwabna says, I love local music, especially High Life is full of advice. That is true. Jiffa says, yes, so give us at least 90% Ghana music and give the rest to foreign music. Look at what happened in Kenya recently. Their government passed a law that will now encourage at least over 60% Kenyan music only on radio and TV. So she wants Ghana to learn from Kenya. Roger says, my Ghanaian music all the way. Guru says Ghanaian music is better than any of this. Okay, I can't understand the rest of that. So I will just give you this. It's a Friday. So let's do a little flashback. Tell me what you think about this. Okay.
They used to be one of the best, you remember?
I think they are still the bomb.
And I think the message is clear.
Hey.
Don't play with fire.
Whom the cat fits?
Let them worry. I think it fits you better. Don't play with fire, JJ.
But let's take our comments. I have this one from Rex, and he says he enjoys music from Ghana, but one mistake about music from Ghana is it's mostly played in Chi. Well, you heard something from Ghana. It wasn't played in Chi. But I don't see why music played in Chi
should be a problem. Exactly. Because it's one of our dialects. So
we play music in Hausa, we play music in
Dagbani, in Ga, in Ever, Fanti, and all of that. So it's one of those. I really enjoy Tree songs and other dialects too.
Yeah, you see. That was Quid Pro Quo coming from someone else, but you didn't add your name. Newman in Obwasi says it brings back fond memories.
Yeah, it does.
Music like that always does. Obed in Kintampo says, trust me, Ghanaian original High Life is something else. I like our music, it's nice. Music that will hit you and you will feel no pain.
Yeah.
Try bad music and then you'll see.
How painful that is. I haven't come across that yet.
Last one is Maxwell. He's in the UCC hospital and he says, we certainly need to give much attention to Ghanaian music.
I think I agree with him on that.
That's all we have time for. You can keep the party going where you are by listening to Ghanaian music, or better yet, watching Joy News. This has been all for Joy News Interactive. My name is Jennifer Jane Asante.
My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Enjoy the rest of our programs.